Now, when I first started with my spiritual brethren, they kept telling me, become one with. One with. I know what that meant. One with. One with what? The experiences. But I cannot get experiences from the heavenly side. I can only get experiences from the solar system. So, and that's it. Now, some people kept asking, is this a concept? Well, what do we mean by a concept? Well, let's look at it. It's a conceiving, a pregnancy of plants, budding, blossom, a catching of fire, a collection, a collecting of data, information. And how do we collect information? We get coded, and we get coded, and as we get coded, it actually engraves, like we engrave a tombstone. You cut into it, and that is painful. Those engravings are painful. Did you ever see anybody cut a tombstone? Well, up here we had a tombstone yard, and when I was a kid I used to watch the guys do it. And the first thing you know, there was a lot of debris on the ground from engraving. And that engraving in us causes debris. And that debris accumulates. Bad enough we are with the solar system where there was plenty of debris, but we got to get more debris by being engraving. And this is what accumulates and prevents better communication via the bones. The bones communicate. And this is why when you bum, you send in a tone, and that tone shakes up that accumulation of the engraving, and the first thing you know, the bloodstream picks it up, the lymphatic system picks it up, and it comes out through the urine. And this is why many times when you have new patients, they tell you, I am frightened. Frightened of what? Because, excuse me, because my urine is the color of dark tea. See? So it's a good thing to explain to your people when they first come in that this will take place. I always did. And I would tell them when it happens, consider yourself fortunate because it may be a little uncomfortable at the beginning, but it will pay you much dividends. This is the way I put it. Okay? So what's a concept? A concept is everything I just said. But from where does it come? Now remember one other thing, is that the Romans gave us a universal script. The Russians have their own script. The Greeks have their own script. The Yiddish have their own script. The Jews have their own script. And not all Jews have the same script. The Hebrews have their own script. But it was the Romans that gave us a universal script. And with that universal script, I can learn, as long as I know my own script, I can learn other languages, and if I read them carefully enough, I can pick some words out of it because of the universal script. And I believe the same thing is with music. Music has a universal notation. I don't care who it is, they play in music, they will play according to the notation that we have. So you see, there are two things that came directly or indirectly from the Romans. And of course the music really came from, after the Romans were gone a while, from the Italians. The notation. But this is something. At first, all notations, or their tuning notation, was different. And so finally they all got together, and this was during my time, somewhere in the early 30s. They all got together and they brought the notation up to 440. Bing! That's the notation. It's universal. Without a universal understanding, we're mixed up and we'll fight each other forever. But when we have universality, then we can start understanding things better. So a concept, let me write it down. You got this, all right? Tomorrow. So that comes from the solar system concept. Now let's bring it into the plumb line, the perpendicular. And this is the way it's written. Cop, P-O. And cop. Now what does this mean? To take, to grasp. What are we grasping? This is mental now. What are we grasping? That which I already have experienced. And now I am one with that experience. So we say, come, one with. And that's what that means. Come, one with. I am the one. And of course, you know, you see television shows about the races. People running from here to there, go to Russia, China, and somebody wins the race. And it is a race. Ra means frequencies. It's the new frequencies that is the race. So, but without the solar system, we couldn't go forward.